Hello and welcome to Autotelic Drive. My name is Pauline Dugald and I'm Peak Performance Coach. And on this channel I speak about things that are useful and helpful if you are going through a personal transformation or you are shifting the way that you are doing things, and especially if you are moving from doing things more on autopilot versus more into the conscious level of how you and improving the way that you want to be doing things so that you can accomplish more, reach bigger goals and feel more fulfilled. So I speak on subjects that are helpful in those kinds of journeys. And today I'd like to talk about the difference between the hustle and aligned action. We've all been conditioned and trained and taught how to perform at the level of hard work. We've all been taught that laziness is bad. You have to work hard in order to achieve anything. You have to put in a lot of hours. The idea of 10,000 hours definitely plays a role in how we understand achievement. And you might have reached those points where you've been putting in so much effort, yet not seeing the result. And in those times, it's helpful to see if you are aligned. If you are taking actions out of pure alignment with your true, authentic self, then the results will come a lot faster. If you're acting out of alignment and keep adding more ways of doing the same thing, if you are hustling and pushing and striving and trying harder and harder to achieve something that is clearly not working, you might be out of alignment. This means that you might be following some kind of directive or unconscious belief that tells you that you have to do something in a specific sequence in order to reach the desired goal. And that could be out of alignment with who you truly are in the inside. There is a certain way that we are that is authentic to each individual person, and not every system works for every individual the same way. So it's important to understand that if you have found yourself at the end of the ropes, if you seemingly have tried everything but still feeling stuck, you might be unconsciously following those beliefs that tell you to do certain thing, but it's actually not designed for you or not correct way for you to do so. And one of the tools I can share with you is, it's called believability test. You rate yourself on a scale of believability of how long you think is going to take you to reach a certain goal. If you think it's, for example, 10 years or 5 years or 3 years, whatever, start with the biggest number that seems plenty of time, and then reduce it in number or the amount of hours or whatever it is that you want to use as a unit of measure to the smallest amount where you start to hesitate. When you think, for example, this task is going to take me 3 weeks, and if you think about taking 2 weeks to do the same task, you start to hesitate. So that is the moment when you want to explore your unconscious beliefs that are causing you to increase that duration. So you have to start asking yourself, well, what could possibly be the belief that is causing me to think that it's going to take me longer than 2 weeks to accomplish a certain task? And once you start digging, you're going to start to understand what are the beliefs that you're actually carrying. If you ask yourself, some kind of answer will appear. So it's important to start somewhere. But the point is, if you just blindly keep going and blindly adding more effort in the hopes of achieving what it is that you want to achieve, one of the clearest ways it could lead you towards is burnout. And that's usually how people get to burnout. They ignore the signs and hints that point them in a better direction, and they insist on doing something a certain way because they've been taught that, or they believe they should do it that way, or a number of other reasons why they might be doing it this way. But just like Einstein said, in the clearest way to insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. You can't get a different result if you're doing the same thing. You need to shift yourself, you need to shift your perception, and you need to shift your focus and your state of being in order to experience different mood, different state. The mood and the state of being is the key factor here. If you're trying to accomplish something out of low level state, you can only get to low level results. You need to elevate yourself. And the easiest way to elevate yourself is to start doing something that excites you, something that you find very interesting to do, without any expectation that that activity is going to be directly related to your goal. So, for example, you may want to go out for a walk in nature, and you should be going for a walk just for the sake of being in nature, feeling your body move, breathing, experiencing the wind on your skin. That's it. Don't associate anything else. Don't think that if you go for a walk, you're gonna feel better. Just go in order to experience the experience itself. And then when you come back and you do feel better, you're more than likely going to have some kind of new inspiration. But if you go for a walk expecting inspiration, it will definitely not arrive. So that is the key. Believability test is gauging how long do you think it's going to take you and shrinking it down by discovering associated beliefs and letting them go. And the second thing is doing something that you really enjoy doing for the sake of enjoyment, for the joy of it, for the fun of it, and using that as a way to enhance your mood. And when you do that, then the new imagination, new ideas start coming, new inspiration starts to come, and you might arrive at a different solution on how to do certain thing that you were trying to do previously. Actually, some people say that Einstein used to take boat out on the lake and stare up at the clouds. That's one way, because when you are floating there in the middle of the lake and you're looking up at the shapes in the clouds, your mind wanders, your state elevates, your mood lightens, and then you're able to come up with better ideas and solve them at a different level of consciousness. So that is what I have for you today. Enjoy doing what it is that you enjoy doing, and let me know in the comments if this was helpful, if it stirred some ideas, if you have questions. And if you would like to go further, I have a one-page document that summarizes all the things you want to pay attention to if you want to achieve peak performance and if you want to keep it daily. It's called Peak Performance Checklist. The link will be below. It's one-pager that summarizes all key points. So please download and use it. And if you like what I am creating here, please share, like, and subscribe. It helps me, it helps the channel, it helps me to spread this information across more people and help those who are hard strugglers and hard achievers to be more in flow of life. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.